Okay, I'm standing by.
Stand by with whatever you're eating. Whatever you're eating. I like your hair up, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fabulous today.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
You look fabulous. I like
it
your
is.
shirt.
Here
I like
we go.
your shirt. For the weekend.
I want to see a show.
The show.
Uh-huh.
On the Book of Face.
The Book of Face.
Book of Face.
Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there. Into the music scene.
Oh, showing lots of love.
Showing lots of love.
For the community. With great advice.
Sing it. Show. What did you say? I can't hear you.
Roger, he's like eating again. I'm like,
that's all you ever do on the show, and I'm hungry as hell, and you're munching in my face. What is that you've got? Oh, chips. Chips.
Well, after I got some crab.
Crab? Imitation or real?
Real.
Really? I'm coming to your house.
Protein, sort of.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming to your house. Wow. Matt Anderson, hello. Roger, hello. What is Ed saying?
Edward, what'd you just say?
Is he cussing at us in some foreign language?
You know what? You too.
I think he is. Back at you, Ed.
Hey, Byron, watching from YouTube. We like that.
Yes. It is Fat Tuesday, so we might as well get fatter today. It is. It's Fat Tuesday. You didn't know that? What is wrong with you?
The bar has quite literally done zero business on Fat Tuesdays. So that's probably why I don't know.
Probably, yeah. It's not exactly a big primo night. Yes, Byron, thank you. Bob Klein says snacks. Hello, Gina McCann.
Hi, Gina. Hey, Steve. Hi, Ed. Did I see Bob? Hi, Bob Klein.
Let the good times roll. Hey, Karis, I had a thought, and we didn't get any chance to talk about it before the show because we were too late getting on. For our anniversary show, our 100th anniversary show, you know, I think we should have special guests join us on that show. I think we should bring in some of our folks who follow the show like every week and let them talk. You want to?
Yeah.
You and I'll chat. It's two more. It's 98 today.
Wow.
98. Episode 9. Can you believe we've done 98 of these crazy things?
No.
It's great. Yeah. It's been fun.
Hi, Erica.
Let's see. Oh, yes. Ed says that's let the good times roll in Cajun. Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Erica. I love Erica. Happy belated birthday, Erica. What's that?
I love Erica too.
She's a wonderful human being.
Not Father's Day fat. I was like, what are you talking about, Erica?
Go to my personal page later and see the Fat Tuesday picture I put up of the fat fireman. He's huge. He is. Hi, Melody.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. For our anniversary show, we will have a big this or that. Okay.
You think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll each come up with 10 questions.
Okay, we can do that. Hi, Toy Hobbs.
For sure. Hey, Toy. Toy's going to be a guest hosting for us on Thursday.
Who's he filling in for?
Kevin Cooper.
The Coop has flown the Coop.
And he's where did you see him? Because I don't see him.
He just popped up on the Facebook notifications.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's funny, Facebook notifications now, it continually pops up the person's name. It used to just say once you're on watching. Now, like 100 times it pops up. So it's another glitch in the matrix at the Book of Face. Oh, Byron said it was lonely over on YouTube. Yes, he was my one YouTube viewer right now.
Yeah, we
Gina McCann. Love Gina McCann. I do.
Me too.
Hey, I'm having Gina on the show tomorrow. Noon. The Crimson Sisters will be joining me on Wednesday with the band.
That may or may not be one of my favorite bands. I'm just saying.
I kind of tend to agree with you. Yes. Brad said that fireman looked like him cleaning the gutters. Yeah. He's a big dude. He is. I spent, Karis, can I say something before we get started on the topic
Yeah.
today? Every month I go to a retirees breakfast with all my fellow firefighter friends that we work together. We had 22 people there this morning, people that we hadn't seen in ages. And then one of the guys who I worked with, his son is now a chief on the fire department, same fire department. And his son invited us they were doing a training fire at an old farmhouse, and they were burning in the farmhouse and doing things with the crews. We got to go watch that. Then we went to Warp Wing up in Huber Heights and had a beer or two. And we had a great morning. It was just so much fun. It was great. It was. It was fun. That's just my little shameless thing, but it's great to hang out with my old work because we worked, a third of our lives together. Every third day we were in the firehouse together. So it's kind of cool.
Good.
What else we got? What do we got?
Boy corrected me. He's filling in next Thursday. He's just going to be there this Thursday because Megan is going to be there as well.
Is she?
Yeah.
Megan. We love Megan.
We do love Megan.
A lot. Okay. What's up, Taz? Thank you. And Glenn's always on YouTube. Thank you, Glenn. So let's see. Do I have my little do I have that little disclaimer thing?
Want to put it up?
Yeah, I'm going to look here if I can. Well, first of all, I'm going to put up this tag at the bottom. Maybe if I can find it. Gosh, there's so many of them here. Here it is. Yes, this hot topic today is a viewer submission and does not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the host or our sponsors. Well, it might reflect our positions because we're going to talk about it, but
yeah.
And the Bell and the Bear is the sponsor, so your position is the Bell's thing. So why did I even have that?
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's for safety measures. It is what it is.
It is. It is. And Karis, there's just one thing that we have to say right here.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or the entities they represent.
You do that so well. What'd the dog do? Bark.
Scared the shit out of my dude.
Oh, mercy. Hi, Carla. Megan says, Carla. Can't wait to jam.
Carla.
All right. There it is. There it is. And Brad said Megan's eyebrows will be there too. Yeah, they get there 5 minutes before she does. Her eyebrows do. We love them. Didn't you see that post where that guy was giving her crap? I mean, what a jerk. What a jerk butt he was.
I always find it funny when men make comments on women's looks.
Yeah.
And you look at the men that are making the comment. Even it doesn't even matter what they look at, but it's always extra comical.
Yeah, it's great. Bill says you crack him up. There you go. Thank you, Bill.
I love me some Bill.
Yes. Wild Bill video, as I like to refer to him. Okay. Let me get to this viewer submission. Okay. Says, when you're in a few different band projects, how does one decide which gig trumps another? And is there one particular project that is a priority? And I think that's a great thing to talk about.
One of my favorite submissions that we've received. Like, that's a legit issue and a great question. And I am really looking forward to hear what our audience says to that.
Yeah, because, there are a lot of people that play in multiple bands and projects, from a 2-piece to a 3-piece to the full band, and even other projects with other players. How do you decide what trumps one or the other? I mean, that's got to be tough sometimes because you get gigs that are offered on the same day, all that stuff.
Yeah, I know that. And this is just from secondhand because I'm not in a band, but I know because I've experienced it that I've been told by some bands, they're in multiple bands and they said, yes, we can book this band, but if this bigger band that I'm in books a date, I'm going to have to cancel with you on that. Okay, well, that's not very relieving, I guess, or what? I mean, that makes me not really want to. But okay, sounds cool. That seems totally unfair to the venue that's paying you. But okay, cool. And then I've been in the situation where it was a big issue. This happened a few years back. Had a big event happening, booked a band, and I guess another band that they're in booked something, and so they had to cancel with me, but didn't really tell me. Like, I mean, it's a big issue, I know, for the venues, but I'd love to hear it from the musicians' point of view.
Yeah, if you're in multiple projects and you're on here today, please talk about it. I would like to know, for one, I'd just like to know, do you set the ground rules up front? I mean, is it like, this is drop dead, this band is the priority, and then if we don't have any bookings, I'll play in this band or this project?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would probably, if I were doing it, that'd be the way I'd have to do it, because I couldn't just willy-nilly it. Basically saying that, okay, up front, understand that if I'm playing in this project with you, my priority is my main band. If they get booked or whatever, we're not playing the duo or the trio or whatever we call it. And I can use, for an example, like Gina's in Gina and Johnny. She's in the Crimson Sisters. Those kind of things. The Gina and Johnny solo or duo thing they do too, besides the band. So there's 3 or 4 different projects there that people are involved in. Do you set those ground rules up front with everybody? Do you say, okay, this is which band takes priority? Even practices has got to be tough.
I think I like Sean James's comment there, and I think somebody else put it too. Who books first should be priority. Personally, I think that's the way that it should be, because it's really affects you have to think about the venues you're booking with. So if you make a booking with a venue and then your main band comes and book something on that same date, then you're screwing over the venue too. And now you're upsetting the venue as well. And that can cause long-term issues.
Sugar Rock's saying the same thing, basically. You're saying, yeah, whoever confirms first.
Nice situation. G and Johnny is,
and I can see that.
The sisters, I just make sure that the date's open. Once that date is cleared and booked with Crimson Sisters, there's no going back. So to me, that's how it should be done, because you're not, that's what Gina's saying, because now you're not screwing over the venue. Screwing over the venue is not okay.
Right. And I worded mine a little weird, because kind of what I meant there was, let's say we get multiple offers on the same day. I may pick the main band because they're the most people and they're the ones I've been with for a long time, whatever. If it's a spinoff band, there's a lot of spinoffs right now where somebody goes, and I know our friend Rob Olson, man, he plays with everybody. So,
he does.
Rob has a calendar that I wouldn't want to look at. I don't know how he keeps track, and then all his traveling for work and everything. He's a busy man, and I can see where that would get a little crazy sometimes, trying to decide which one I want to take, which one I don't want to take. And maybe it's, some people it's about pay. Maybe it's about, the loyalty to one band or another. I don't know, what
makes just out of curiosity, what makes this a certain band the priority band? Is it because it was created first, or what? Like how is that decided?
I think about a lot of bands that have been established for years, and then other people do spin-off projects basically with other players and that. So maybe it's the one that we've been in for 5 or 6 or 10 years playing together. I mean, it'd be like Tom Parsons from Under the Sun, and his band's been together forever and ever, and saying, okay, I'm going to go play with Toy tomorrow, and we're going to do a duo somewhere, or this or that. I still think that main band probably has to take some priority at a time in life. I mean, it's tough. I think it's hard to juggle.
What if that main band starts to become less of a main band, though? Like, what if one of your side projects becomes
I get it
more just becomes more? What do you do then? Like, legitimate questions. But I'm loving what everybody's saying. Everybody's pretty much saying what I think the right answer is once if the date is open, then it is. But you don't just cancel a date. And I'm with that, because that has happened to me before. And
well, and as well as I do, though, it's very enticing for a musician who gets picked. Let's say their band gets nodded to play a big giant festival. They're going to open for some massive festival, and you had already booked your other side project. What do you think they're going to do? I mean, do you think they're going to say, sorry, I can't play this festival in front of 100,000 people? Or are they going to honor that 2-piece gig in a bar with 50 people watching? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking the musicians. I'm not a musician, so I can't.
Well, but Megan, what does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Where you at?
Your requirement was that our band needed to be priorities. What does that mean to you? That those other people aren't allowed to book dates, and if they do, then you can book over those dates?
Byron's saying that too. He says the main project supersedes other gigs or projects, assuming the calendar date is open.
Assuming it's open.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And yeah, Matt Anderson the same way, kind of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You've been canceled on by people who got better offers. I mean, we've talked about that on the show.
By people who've gotten better offers. I've been canceled on by people who, because their main gig didn't want to respect their date, the date that they've closed off. I mean, I don't book one of the bands because of that anymore. Like I'm not
reading Gina's here.
You can't screw over the venue. That's not nice. That's not okay.
No. All right. Thank you, Gina. I'll get to Megan's here. I know you were commenting on it.
They absolutely are allowed, but they just need to check with us first. They need to okay.
Yeah, I think a master calendar shared by everybody in the band's a great idea as well, that, you know, somebody's, or at least even if you drop a pending in there saying that it's pending, you know, somebody knows there's something possible on that date.
Yeah, keeping a shared calendar is definitely.
Sean says, Dave Wade and I talking about doing a 90s band. I know going in that DV8 takes priority. So there. But
right. And that's not the issue, but how
do you juggle the schedule?
How do you decide that? Like,
yeah.
Are you okay that if you make a booking with your new 90s band with Dave, would you be okay if that booking came ahead and then DV8 decided, and I'm just using you because that was your example. Would you personally be okay if that band decided not to respect that date and just canceled it? And so now you have to go tell the venue that you can't do that date.
Right. Denny Cottle, I love that you called yourself a little bit of a band whore. That's awesome. But yeah, he's got a valid point. The administrative side becomes very important to the band, and making sure that you honor your scheduled dates and don't screw the calendar up. And it's no different than a venue. People hold the venues accountable all the freaking time about their calendar. Why wouldn't the band be held accountable, right? I think so.
Bob, I'm definitely not saying that. I definitely agree that there is a main band and the other ones are side gigs. My question is, how, as your main gig, how do you control what dates other band members can book on? Do you have a big, a calendar for everybody to see? And are you going to expect I'm just using this again, I have no idea, your drummer to cancel a gig because the band decided to not respect his taking that date off for his other band? Like, are you going to do that?
Thank you, Steve Stein. That's a great comment too. Thank you.
Where?
It's gone now, but yeah, it says once the date is booked for band, sound, etc., I'm not available for any other band.
That's what we're saying, Kathy.
Yep.
What happens when side gig is booked and main band books over it, not respecting that date? Now you're screwing over the venue, and that's not okay.
Is that my love, Kathy Laverde? Is that who you're talking about?
I'm surprised she's on here.
I haven't been down here yet. Are you all right? You're choking on a chip.
Choking on water. I forgot how to swallow.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Yeah. Let me get to some of these comments here. I'm way behind. Part 2, Eric says there's a chance you got to get booked those big shows. You block those dates off. Yeah, that's. I think if you, Karis has talked about this, if you really would explain it to the thing and just say, oh, let's just say Luke Bryan's playing town and Kevin McCoy band gets offered the opener for Luke Bryan at the Great American Ballpark for the same date you're booked at the Bell and the Bear. I guarantee you that if you told Karis that, she's going to say, go play that gig and we'll figure this out with somebody else. I mean,
100%.
that's just one of those special circumstances. But if it happens just because one band wants to play the Blue Note and the other one's playing Bell and the Bear that night, then your other band or whatever, that's a little dicey. Then you gotta kind of
that's not
figure
nice.
that out.
That's not fair. It's not nice. It's not fair. And it's just
what are you doing to the dog?
It's Miss Daisy May. She's not getting all the attention because Mommy's working. Mommy's working.
Sorry, Daisy. She's so sweet, though.
We get a solid opportunity on an open date. We vote on it. We also have a couple of fill-ins. So that's amazing. And I think that's the right way to do it. I love the idea of blocking off potential dates, just in case. I think that's the right way to do it. I just can tell you as a venue, and it's happened to me before, being canceled on because the main gig didn't, whatever the reason is, and it's not a personal, whatever the reason is, getting screwed over doesn't feel good. And it's something you never forget.
No, that's true. I mean, it sticks like glue sometimes.
Do you feel if a band comes to you and says, we got this huge gig on the same night as we booked with B&B, that they should come with a potential other band to fill in that B&B gig, of course, with your approval? I think
know where you're at.
I will tell you right now. I mean, don't set anything in stone on my behalf, but it's extremely helpful that if you got a really great opportunity, like Scott just said, I'm very cool about that. And you came to me with some other options that could fill in for you, and I agreed with them, then I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much. You are now taking responsibility for your choices, and you know that it's perhaps not the greatest choice, but it is something you need to do as a band, and I totally get that. So you are now trying to make the best of a situation. That is something I respect greatly.
Would you please pick that dog up?
All right, come here, Tussie Butts.
She is absolutely heartbroken that she's not in your lap. You know how spoiled she is. Well,
of course I do. I'm the one that spoils.
Every damn day. Yes. Thank you, Denny. Again, I'm trying to get to all your comments, guys. Just know the comments come in slower than what Karis is reading on the Book of Face. So
yes, they should help.
I get them slower.
I may choose to not go with one of your choices, but yes, they should. It would be very cool if they helped fill that cancellation.
And I love that too, that bands do that they actually will.
Yes.
Try to fill that spot.
Who's really good about that is Billy Rock, because he has multiple projects, and he has some that tour and that play in New York and all of that stuff. And it happens. Okay. And he's like, Karis, I'm so sorry, but then he'll come with a list of bands that are available on that date. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that. Give me
a Daisy close up here.
I'd much prefer it if they didn't cancel, but at least he's attempting. Here, baby.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy, say hi. Daisy, say hi.
Say hi, everybody. Gotta love her. Mine's out there whining in the other room right now. So what do we got? Let's see. I got to get to some more comments. We've got so many comments here. We are talking today, if you're just joining us, about if you're in multiple projects, how do you do it? How do you manage it? How do you juggle it? How do you schedule it? All that stuff. So everybody's calling her a princess.
Because she's Princess Daisy May.
Yes. Everybody loves Daisy. You should just do the show with Daisy. I'll just back out. You just talk. Yes. Carla says, don't leave the venue hanging in the wind. Yeah, that's big time. You don't want to do that. Bob says, most importantly, we never do anything last minute. Yep.
Be able to book responsible and don't be in multiple. As a musician, you better be able to book responsible or don't be in multiple bands. I'm in one band. That's enough. I do acoustic gig once in a while. We've been canceled on before where the venue booked another band after having us on the calendar for months. Then it was too late to book that date. Yeah, that's shitty. And I know that I know that I have mistakenly, definitely not on purpose, double booked. But you offer money for my mistake. So I try not to make that mistake because it's costly.
No doubt. No doubt about it. Now what do you eat?
More crack.
Killing me. So if you're a musician, chime in if you're out there today. We'd love to hear from you about this topic. There was another one we'll get into at the very end too. I don't want to dwell on it, but you know what I want to talk about for just a minute. And what else we got here?
Thanks, Carla.
I think we're caught up. I'm caught up on the comments. I am at this point. All right, good. If you're out there, say hi. If you've never been on the show before, know this: we are 2 shows away from our 100th episode.
We're gonna dress as old people.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for deciding that for me. I appreciate it.
We talked about it before.
You ain't the boss of me.
You ain't the boss of me.
Lee Dixon. I got to get a hold of Lee Dixon. I need to talk to him sometime.
I love me some Lee.
I do too. He's a great dude. What's up? Okay. Matt Anderson said.
I think we also need to recognize that bands and venues do make mistakes. So this isn't about the times when the bands are make mistakes of double booking, because it happens. And it's not about the times that the venues make mistakes or double booking, because it happens. That's why they're called mistakes. They're accidents. You know, it happens. This is when you're blatantly doing it. That's what we're talking about. Okay.
Roger, you are off my Christmas card list. I was just getting ready to say that, but thank you for calling that to my attention.
Tisk,
Jackass.
Yes.
Roger. Roger is starting to get a little bit frisky in the comments. He's being a little keyboard warrior or something there.
Roger's getting in trouble.
He is. I'll give him what I think about Roger's comment. Maybe, if it'll work. Yes. Hi, Jeff Smith. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Jeff Smith.
Hey, if you're joining us, this is a viewer-submitted topic today, and we're chatting about if you're in multiple projects, how do you juggle the calendar? Lee Dixon, you'd be a great one to come in there and talk about that because you're in multiple projects as well. And how do you juggle the calendar and who takes priority and how do you determine priority and all that other stuff? Interesting. Thank you, Denny.
Thanks, Denny. Thanks
Good
for the
to have you.
question.
Yeah, you're wonderful. Thank you. I love Denny Cottle, man. He's a good dude.
Where does he? Who does he play with?
He's playing up here. He's in multiple projects. Denny, throw a link in there before you leave if you can to your bands, if you will, or at least one of them. Denny is a mercenary musician, I like to call him. He plays with a lot of different projects and does some great things. And
nice.
he's just recently played Laurie's Roadhouse. And oh yeah, what'd you get? The lick from the dog. 10 demerits, Roger said. Yeah, he's got 10 demerits. He's got more than that after that. But I was going to say that, Roger, really, I'm old enough just to dress as myself. And what's Bronson saying here? Not always. Not always. Not always.
It's not always, no.
Are you noticing, can I just say, people were crazy during COVID, but does it appear that things are getting crazier on social media? People are getting more and more irritable and, oh my gosh. I mean, just calling other people out and all this stuff. There was a recent thread you actually responded to, but There was a recent thread in one of the Cincinnati music pages or something about this band from up my way couldn't break into the Cincy scene and all that. And people were just, I mean, they were pretty relentless. And then the comments were more relentless against them in some places. And it was just like, nobody has a filter anymore, I guess. It's just call it as you see it. And your response was excellent, I must say.
I will
your
say
response
this,
was good.
You know what? Those I see so often bands making that same statement all the time. And it's always the venue's fault. Why isn't anybody booking us? Well, it's the venue's fault. The venue's doesn't want to pay. The venue's clicky. The venue's this. The venue's. At what point is it the band's issue? Why is it? Are we so sure of ourselves that, I mean, me personally, because I have self-awareness, if I kept asking for somebody to, hire me for a job and they kept ignoring me or not, giving me a chance, I'm going to look at myself and say, this might have something to do with me. I'm going to back up. And when this happens in multiple times with multiple venues, is getting on social media and bad mouthing the venues and all of that really doing you any favors?
Thank you, Bill. No. And would you bash General Electric if you were trying to get an engineering job there? I mean, would you bash them because they passed over you the first time? You better not. Because nobody else is going to touch you.
I love that people can express their opinions, but their opinions are based strictly on their own perspective, and they have not even remotely considered the other side to it or taking any responsibility for their own issues, because this really is your own issue.
Megan Miller, you were spot on. Sometimes you're just not a good fit.
You're just not a good fit. And how do you know that? Because you would have done your research.
And then this band's taken pot shots at our support local music campaign a little bit. In their comment, taking pot shots at that about, well, they don't really support, they just have a clique and all this. Screw you. I'm sorry. I used to like this band. I don't like that band anymore.
The whole clique thing, like I said in my response, honestly cracks me up. It's not a clique. It's what makes us money. We book what we know. We book what works. Have you ever considered that you just didn't make the cut? Have you ever considered that your band isn't quite as good as you think it is, or doesn't quite fit in as much as you think it might? Have you made any attempts to do any research on what this venue requires? Have you ever taken in any response? Do you know I book 6 to 12 new bands a year. Are they all in my clique? No.
You didn't even know them. You booked one.
I didn't even know them.
You booked one. You called me. Remember?
Right. This has nothing to do with me. This has to do with you. You're not getting booked because of you. You're not doing something the venue needs. Stop blaming the freaking venues. I'm not saying we're all perfect. I know that I mess up 1,000%. But for God's sakes, take some freaking responsibility.
Well, don't you think
these people have no social media page, don't even use it, don't have videos, and the videos they're posting are just disgraceful.
I love when I get her fired up.
Oh, I could go all day on this subject.
But don't you think, though, that most of these people, they have to know somewhere, somebody in their band or something has to know that you're not going to get booked every time you send somebody a message or whatever. It's just not going to happen. They have to be smarter than that. And they don't act like it. They act like, well, we sent them a message. They didn't respond in 2 days. So screw them and let's go bash them on social media. Oh my God. Leave it alone.
I mean, that's exactly, I mean, I don't know. But Ceris, let's be honest. A lot of venues have favorite bands that they want to book. But you were right, Ceris. Why do you think that is, Anthony? Why do you think that? Honestly, Do you know that running a bar is a business? Do you know the only thing we sell is booze? It's the only thing we sell. So we got to sell a shit ton of fucking booze to make sure that there's a venue for all these bands to play on. How do you think we guarantee our doors to be open, or at least try to guarantee our doors to be open? To make sure that we are booking the right bands, the bands that, are my favorites because they pack my place and keep my bartenders busy. That's not being in a clique. That's being a smart business person.
Case closed.
Sorry. And that's not personal, Anthony, but I'm just I'm just tired of this. Just say, you didn't get hired. Let's move on.
This band is virtually unknown in Cincinnati, and they're bitching that they can't break into it. Well, there may be a reason for that.
There may be a really good reason for
and
that.
I've heard that band play, and I will tell you that they have a very narrow fan base. Okay. I mean, because they only play certain music, and let's face it, people, I love classic rock like anybody else, and going back and playing the 60s and the stuff. Those people aren't going out anymore as much as they used to. That's not what they're looking for. Yeah. They're not going out as much. So that fan base is narrowing and narrowing and narrowing, to where when you come to a place like your place, which loves music and any type of music, really, the people there are looking for a good time. They're looking for some songs they know, and they want to be entertained. And if they don't know the band, they immediately are going into it with a little bit of I don't want to say standoffish, but a little bit of a eeriness about this band because we've never heard them. Are they good? Are they bad? There's all kinds of questions. You can't go 25 miles from home and always be successful. I've seen some of the best bands in Cincinnati come north and play in Dayton, and nobody's there.
Nobody shows up. And if they do, they don't drink because they have to drive home.
Yeah, if the Cincinnati crowd comes north, that's true.
I don't know how else to put this, but we're trying to keep our doors open. There's only one way to do that. There's only one way to do that, and that is to sell alcohol.
I'm scared too, Shane.
You know what's even worse is when these bands that aren't getting booked start going so low to say that, well, these venues don't even book talent anymore. They just book what brings them drinks. Excuse me? I have some of the most talented bands play on my stage. You know how much research I do on the freaking bands that play on my stage? I make sure that not only do they bring me customers that drink, they freaking are talented as shit. You're just being petty because you didn't get hired because you're not talented as shit. Yeah.
Can I jump in?
Yeah,
Thank
please.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Christopher.
Don't insult the bands.
I'm going to say this too. I'm going to disagree with you just on one point. I know you do your research and you do all this about making sure you have great talent on your stage. I'm going to say that you're damn right. People are going to book what fills the room and people that buy drinks. And I've seen some crap bands, honest to God, that fill a place and they keep getting booked there because of that reason, because they fill the room.
100%. And when I put that in my response, that there are some bands that are not quite as talented, but they bring me crowds that drink. Yeah. But that's only 5%. Because I do have a reputation, and that's important to me.
You're still yelling. Shane DeMoss is scared. He's saying you're still yelling. I think you're a bit aggressive today too. I'm just gonna say that. But I love you. You know that because she'll kill me if I don't say that.
It's fine. I am aggressive about this because people are bashing venues, not just me, bashing other bands, bashing everybody but themselves. Why is it everybody else's fault? Why does everybody else suck because you're not getting hired?
Well, and I'm going to say too, I'll get some crap for this for where I'm located, but I will tell you that some of these bands that are bitching about the Cincinnati clique they're out of Dayton, they're 110% more clicky, and
that's what I've heard.
Stand in the back of the room with their arms folded, judging everybody than anyone I know in Cincinnati. I'm going to say that. don't read more into that than there is, but there's a whole lot of judgmental people up this way who think that they're entitled to get booked in Cincinnati. Well, you're unknown. You've never played there. Break into somewhere. You can talk somebody into playing and make a name for yourself, just like everybody else did in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You know, even Jamie Combs, who's on here, I saw him pop up. The Cincinnati's best musician 3 years in a row, by the way. That's my shameless plug.
Two great comments right now. First, Anthony, he said, okay, I agree with you, Chris. I just noticed the venues book the bands they like, but I know a lot of talented bands that fill a room, but they get booked at one venue. And I'm going to tell you, Anthony, let me comment on that. You're not wrong, but I'm going to tell you something. Naughty Pine, which is an excellent music venue on the west side of me, okay, on the west side of where I am. We are both music venues. We're the east and the west of these music venues. We just had a discussion yesterday because they came to one of my Matching Madness Mondays. We talked about which bands do well at their venue. Do you know that it came to a head that about 3 or 4 of the bands that kill at my venue do not kill at his venue, and vice versa, because it has to do with location. Location is huge.
100%.
So it doesn't matter if they kill in Naughty Pine. That doesn't mean they're going to kill for me in Montgomery. It has no bearing on it whatsoever, which is why one of the first questions I ask is, where do you normally play? Where does your following come from? So very important. Second thing, where was that other question? I love it when bands have 20 people in a crowd and ask for more money. I ask them to come see other bands and compare the crowd. They never come out. This is another thing. That's another thing.
Thanks, Gary.
You're coming and asking for a raise, but you're not, like, usually when you walk into the office of your boss, you know, you work a 9 to 5 and you say, you know what, here is what I've been doing. This is a list of work that I've done for you. This is what I've excelled. I've now brought in an extra $4.5 billion and da-da-da-da. I'm asking for a raise. Or do you go into that office and you say, well, I don't really promote. I only bring a handful of people and I try my best, sort of. But hey, can I get more money? In what world? She's passionate about her business. She's not wrong. Any band worth their salt wants the club to make. That's my girl right there, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
Singer Reed, my girl. Love that woman.
Yes. She nailed that one. Mickey Evans.
What did Mickey say?
I got a 3-legged dog that plays the banjo and can break dance.
You're hired.
You're playing Friday night.
Bring that dog.
Oh my God. All right. Blaming somebody else for your problem the easy way. Absolutely, Steve Shoemaker. And there's a great example of a great band. Grocery Store Vodka. I love those guys.
Is that their name?
Yes, it's a great band name.
I love that
They
name.
are fantastic. They're a bunch of great human beings, and they don't get hung up on any of this crap.
I love it.
They have fun. They play to have fun, and I love that. And if they mess up on stage and they miss a note or whatever, they don't give a crap. They just keep playing, and everybody loves them. They're one of those bands I'll go see anytime.
She's fired. True. You know what? I had the band that played on Saturday. What were they called? Prestige Grease. So much fun. They're like a little more put together jam. Man, they were. What a joy. And I remember our first conversation. They're like, because we're just starting and we don't know how we're going to do, we're going to charge you this. But if we do well and you book us again, we'll probably ask for more money. And do you know what I said to them? I said, if you do well, you're not going to have to ask. I'm just going to give it to you. Because that's how it should be.
Matt Matheny, you're spot on, buddy.
You're not, I hope you're not, and I understand that not every venue works like that. I understand that. But I'm different. Thank
you, Matt Matheny. That's spot on too. On the if you fill the venue and sell all the beer, then you get a raise. That's kind of how it works most days.
That's how it works, and you won't even have to ask for that raise. You'll just get it.
And if you sell all the vacuum cleaners at the vacuum cleaner store, you'll probably get a raise too. I mean, that's it's life.
Yeah,
it's life. I mean, it's how it works. Why did I say vacuum cleaners? Where did that come from?
I don't know, but it's good.
Wow. All right. I think we're about out of time, and my boss Gary Ridgway for my gig tonight is on here, so he's going to fire me if I don't get there and get it done. Up at the Moose in Miamisburg, the Moose Lodge, where 15 cents a day, I sound like a UNICEF commercial, for 15 cents a day, you can join the Moose and enjoy pricing that is like none other. I will tell you. Okay, just know that.
Do you know,
yes.
I just want to say something to add to Melissa's comment here. Do you know that every show that they played at the Bell and the Bear, the first question that they asked me was, did you make money? And if I didn't make as much as the last show, that actually bothered them. Well, it visually looked like it bothers them.
Yeah,
that's called teamwork.
It is. The vacuum cleaner comment.
I like the vacuum cleaner comment.
Thank you, Ed.
It sucks. I get what you did there.
Yes, you didn't get that right at first, did you? It went. Hey, Ceris,
Brad.
tell them what's going on at your place this week.
Let's do it. We've got trivia tonight, right? We've got trivia, and plus we have PB&J Tuesdays, $2 PBRs, $3 Jamesons all night long. First Wednesday of the month, that's tomorrow. That's where Kern's Wednesday, the solo show. On Thursday, we jam. Megan Miller's joining us, as well as some of the peeps from Rockstar. On Friday, we have Freak Mythology playing. That is Travis Hanna's band, who is our house drummer on Thursdays. That should be a really good one. I'm really excited to have them play there. And then on Saturday, I'm drawing a blank, but it's actually one of my, Dat Band. Chris Reese, my baby. Chris Reese, Dat Band is playing, and it's also International Women's Day. So, we're going to just dance with our vaginas everywhere. But yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. But it's gonna be a great weekend. And then on Sunday, I actually get to celebrate myself for having our Halloween party.
Oh my God, I'm done. I am so done. It's
not a bad word.
Oh God.
I look forward to meeting you, Steve, and I love that name.
Hey, by the way, yes, grocery store vodka. You should look into them. You should. Let me tell you this. Also, a week from Wednesday, I will be at the Bell and the Bear for Name That Tune, and it is our final one of the season at the Bell and the Bear. So, Ceris, I appreciate you having me. Or tornado, one of the two. There's going to be something happening because Mother Nature has hated our Wednesdays all season. It has sucker-rammed, but that's the way it is. And what is Richard saying?
Oh, I want to hug you if I was a huggy person.
I love that guy too.
I love him.
Mr. Hanky Panks himself.
Oh, I love it. Let me just tell you, Hanky Panks to me is one of, when you want a band that you can just basically, like you get to, what's the word I'm looking for? Request songs. Not many bands do that. Hanky Panks let you do that. And that's always a ton of fun. I love that shit.
Thank you, Mickey.
Loving care.
Send me that. I'll add it to the list this week. Okay. I should.
Hey, congratulations on that new band, Mickey. That sounds really interesting. And and good luck for this Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're out of time. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at noon. The Crimson Sisters. We love them. Gina McCann, Angela Combs joining me. Yeah, you kind of pasted that glue together.
Yeah.
And they're going to be with me tomorrow on Wednesday with the band. Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Heather's. This one today is brought to you by the Bell and the Bear. So for all you people out there who give me crap for only talking about the Bell and the Bear, I'm going to say the Bell and the Bear 3 more times today. Bell and the Bear. Go to the Bell and the Bear and be there Thursday at the Bell and the Bear. Jackasses. All right. We're done. We're done.
Love you guys. Thanks for letting me scream. It's my happy
Thank you,
place.
everyone. Thank you, everyone. We're going to leave with Mickey playing guitar on our theme song. It's Sweet Sister Mercy. It's called the All Around Town Radio theme. And we'll see you next time right here at noon tomorrow live. Join us for that. Thanks, Ceris.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, and if Melissa's still out there, I've got a great picture of Melissa here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hey,
It's
Roger.
it's in the board.
Thanks, Brad. Love you.
Working for the weekend. And I wanna see a show.
Love you, Steve.
I flip on the
There she is.
Oh,
I love her.
Where to go.
I love
There's a
her.
man over there into the music scene.
She's getting ready to do her final Dreamboat Annie show
Yeah, that's
on
this
March
Saturday,
8th
too.
as well, right? March 8th it's March 8th. Not is that this Saturday? It is this Saturday.
It is this Saturday. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's time's flying. Yes. There's Dewey. There's Ceris.
Oh, that's a really attractive picture.
I've got another one of your butts somewhere. You want me to put that one up there?
Don't know. It is, oh,
There it is.
real nice.
Kevin Cooper, the Coop.
That was intense.
There's Kara.
Hi, Kara.
There's a good one.
That's Mr. Kevin Cooper.
Miss
Miss
Jackie.
Jackie.
We love her. There's
Yes,
Marcy
we
and
do.
Heather.
Oh, Marcy and Heather and Squat.
Squat.
Squat. Heidi
Squat.
and Squat.
Heidi. This is like a family show. There's Charlie Bonnet.
Charlie Bonnet.
We love him.
Yes, we do.
And the man with the best hair in town, Rick Kern.
Rick Kern.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next